Okay, greeting guys, welcome to another episode on your DIY channel. In today's video, a beautiful hot day with clear blue skies. So today's video we are going to basically make a pet cage using, so we are going to use PVC pipes. Okay, so this PVC pipe is basically of this diameter, of the size, okay, 20 mm, class 6, right? So we are going to use these pipes and we are going to connect it with connectors of various types of dimension of elbows. You have the T's, okay, normally they call it, this is four-way, sorry, so you can connect in 4 direction. So we have a few different designs together with this, right? So we're going to connect these guys to the pipe to make a pet cage. In your case, you can also modify it to become a hydroponic platform to put your stand of your vase or anything you can DIY. Okay, so as along we go around, we fabricate the cage. I will give you all some information or some tips on how you can do it, right? So guys, stay tuned, get yourself a snack, watch the video and have fun. Let's get it started only on DIY's channel. Okay, tentatively the design is going to be something like this. Okay, so the pet cage, the height of it is going to be about 2 meter, followed by the width of 1.5 meter and also the length of 1.5 meter. Okay, having a door of width of 0.75 meter, height of door is 1 meter, right? It will be covered by a steel plate of zinc, has the rooftop in this direction, okay, and the whole thing will be enclosed by a wooden frame where we will install a heavy duty 360 degrees casters, 4 pieces at each of the corner of the frame. So yeah, this is the tentative plan which we are going to do using water pipes and also the joints which we have purchased, where I will put the link later in the description below, right? Okay, so we measure the length of the pipe according to the drawing, which is 75 cm. We're going to insert by segment. Okay, so we use this cutter. If possible, use a grinder to cut because we want to maintain the straightness of the cut so that it goes perfectly in the elbow. Okay, and the length is always the same among all the fittings, because if one side is long, one side is short, the dimension of the pipe is not the same, and later the pet cage will not be symmetrical about its center, right? So remember to wear your safety gears, especially your goggles. Okay, if you are using such a device, make sure you put this down so that the debris will not hit you and so forth. So we cut. So how to insert the fittings on the pipe? You just get one of the fitting, right? And it is recommended to make it wet so that it is you can easily slot it in, right? Less force is needed. So I'm just going to soak it in the water, rinse it. After that, let's say I want to put my pipe here. So surface of the pipe should be clean. Maybe you can make it wet, and then you roughly put it in and you use a mallet or a rubberized hammer, because if you use a steel hammer, if you hammer here, it will crack because this is plastic. So just hit it. So I'm going to secure this on the floor and it's going to be on top, right? So I'm just going to hit it here till this thing goes in all the way. To the slot there, you can see the line, right? So that is the way how we are going to install it. If you wrongly did it, no problem, just put it on a flat surface, okay? Just hold with one hand and slowly hit at this area until the elbow comes out, right? Because these are all plug and play fittings, so need not to use any adhesive glue because it goes in perfectly fine, okay? For this pipe of diameter 20 mm, okay? So this is class 6. Class 6 basically deals with the thickness of the pipe. So in this case, this is the thickness of the pipe, okay? So when the class reduces, let's say if you have class 2, the thickness of the pipe is very thick and the price also is more costly. So as the class reduces, the thickness reduces, okay? So the last class we have in this category is class 7. I'm not using class 7 because it's too thin, okay? So scared later when you install your PEX cage, the support, this thing might buckle or deform a bit because it's too thin, you cannot handle the load. So I think class 6 and below should be fine. Okay, a quick update. This is a 5-way, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, but I needed a 6-way, so I modified one. So later you can just put it here. Now it becomes 6-way. Later we will seal it with some epoxy glue. So now this thing becomes 6-way. Okay, a quick review on a product sold in DIY. This is the product by Visbella. Okay, it's a epoxy putty. It comes in a tube. Okay, when you open the tube, you will get something like this. You have white and black. All you need to do is just mix it. The tube is long, I've already used, so I cut accordingly. So now this is the balance. I'm going to secure it. I'm going to attach this to here. So you just have to squeeze it evenly. Just play with it, right, until you get a uniform color. So white and black, if you mix it, you will get gray. So you keep doing this until you get gray color. It's a very good product. Okay, it seals and it hardens like a stone. I can read to you. You can see. You can look at the instructions. This is the product. So keep doing that. Make sure you wear glove. If you don't wear glove, it will be very sticky to your hands and it's very hard to remove by means of the removing agent like thinner or petrol or turpentine or kerosene. It's quite hard. So as you mix, you will notice that it's a bit warm because there is some sort of chemical reaction going on for it to set. So this is termed as a thermoset material, thermoset epoxy, because it sets by means of heat application. So you can see the color. The color now is uniform, right? It becomes grayish. So the next thing is you just take a bit, okay, and you apply accordingly. Like for this case, I want to apply it here, so I'm going to take a bit. I'm just going to put it like this, right? And then gently just press it. Likewise, until it sets and it becomes hard like stone. And I will it will take, it is better to cure it overnight, and in the after results I will show you in a while. Okay. Alright, so it is 12 hours now since we applied the epoxy putty around this fitting, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 way. You call it 6 way, yeah? So you can see the epoxy has fully cured and it is hard like stone. Okay, it's really solid. So highly recommended to use such a adhesive bonding for a lot of applications, different applications. Okay, really very solid. So basically this is how it will look like after installing the pipes according to the dimension to their fixtures, their fittings. So this is the bottom frame, you can see, right? So this is where we are going to further develop. Okay, now we have already done the 3 support frames which will be mounted horizontally of the PEX cage. The first frame will be the top part, followed by the intermediate and the bottom frame. Okay, so this is the 3 horizontal frames which will be connected by means of vertical pipes through these fittings. So now what we are going to do is we are going to paint the frame by means of a spray, okay, because it is easy to spray or to paint it now before installing, because after installing if you want to spray it's going to be quite troublesome because you got to go inside and do and all that. So you got room for moving, flexibility to move, so you can spray. So make sure when you are spraying you cover your face with a face mask, wear appropriate safety measures, gloves and your goggles. If you have your vehicle parked near you, move your vehicle away because the fume of the spray will basically leave a surface of paint on your car, which will be troublesome later to remove it. You got to polish it, so please note this in mind. Okay, so now we just lay this out. So we are going to apply a layer of spray. So in this case we are using a spray. Okay, so just gently go around the frame. You can choose what color you want to choose, but in this case we are using a smoke gray, right? Weather is hot, so it's a good time to spray. So make sure you wear your safety gears like your goggles, safety goggles, face mask and also your gloves. Okay, so we have already finished spraying the frame. So now we are going to install the supporting bars. The supporting bars are here. We have a lot of bugs because it just finished raining. Okay, so these are the supporting bars. So now we are going to place these supporting bars at the corners of this guy. Okay, so we are going to do that for the first frame. Then we're going to put a second frame here, supporting bars, and the third frame on top. So we got the second frame and we got the third frame, right? Let's do it. Okay, so this is how it looks like after putting the supporting bars on the first frame. Now we're going to leave it. We're going to put the second frame on top. So this is how it looks like with the second supporting frame. Now we're going to raise it up some more with the supporting bars such that you complete the height. Okay, so this is how it looks like after fixing it. So this will be the final dimension of the pet cage, or maybe we can use call it a bird cage. Right, we're gonna make this list a bird cage. Okay, so as you can see, there is no any horizontal pipe at the front here because we want to maintain a clean view so you can see your pets inside. So you only have the supporting bar at the middle, starting at the middle, okay, and at the back obviously. So the door will be at the side here, maybe there, right? Maybe here will be the door. It's not a problem. So the door will be here, and then yeah. So the next is we are going to wrap the surface or the boundary of this frame with the mesh wire. That is the next step. Okay, so it's quite sturdy. If I move this thing, you see, if I move this thing, it's quite sturdy, quite stable, you know, because of the fittings. These fittings, the joint of the fittings is for the pipes, and also the way you place the supporting bars. Okay, so obviously on top there we will have a roof. As you can see, there's an elbow T coming out here, and at the back there also you got a T, so there will be a pipe going there. So the roof is going to be like this, tilted 1 and then 2. That will be the roof.